You can't have an intro without theme songs, you know. Hey, good morning, everybody. Gimgagi, which stands for good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be. And if you're wondering who I'm talking to, it's these fine people. It's, let me see if I can size that better. It's these fine people, my friends in the Zoom room. And my friends over there on the internet, on the Facebook and the YouTube and the LinkedIn, all that kind of stuff. So welcome everybody. It's Tuesday morning. It's my week to do the Tuesday Morning Flow Show, and I suppose I should introduce myself. I'm David-Dorian Ross, still, and I've been for 10 years doing the morning flow show until just this year. I gave myself permission to do it every other week instead of, started out like every day, and then it went to every once a day, and then anyway. Today's a special day. It's a wonderful day. It is the first Tuesday after World Tai Chi Day, and I was just asking the group who came to World Tai Chi Day. We had a little celebration on Saturday, and we tried something new, a new element that we are experimenting with to add to our Tai Chi Fit Flow protocol, method, stuff. Anyway, I'm going to show it to you in a second here. For those of you who are, anybody new here today? Anybody brand new? Okay, good. Because sometimes when I have brand new people, I get halfway through the show and they go, "Who is this guy?" Golly. But if you've been here before, then you've gotten past that point there. But if you're watching out there on the internet, or if you have wandered in by accident or something, this is the Tuesday Morning Flow Show, and I'm David-Dorian Ross, and in just a second, we're all going to get up and dance. Fully clothed, by the way, just for those of you who were part of the conversation a moment ago. It is Tai Chi Evolved. That's our new company slogan. I think it's really, like, for the first time, I feel like, yeah, that just says it all. I've for years tried to explain what Tai Chi Fit is, and it goes on and on and on and on and on until finally people just wander away. And so I think this is a much quicker way of saying what it is. So we're going to get up and we're going to do some of that in a second. And you don't have to know anything about Tai Chi or anything about dancing in any state of dress. You just have to follow along with what you see. And, you know, with the gaps that you can't quite figure out, just make them up. Just, do whatever you feel like. That's fine. And then we're going to come back, and I have a positive thought for the day, which doesn't really have anything to do with teachers, and it certainly doesn't have anything to do with scurvy. And again, if you're just tuning in on the internet, you missed out on the important part of the conversation, obviously. So that's all I got. We should just get started. What do you think? Excellent. Okay, let me do a couple things here. Let's do a quick sound check, shall we? Just to see. Go there. Does that work? All right. That's what I love to hear. Okay, so let me do that there. And then I'm going to do this fancy schmancy thing there. And put you up on the big screen so I can see all of your beautiful faces. Whoops, how did that happen? The stunned face as I look at my screen. I'm like, I can only imagine what that looks like on your end. All right, here we go. Well, as I said moments ago, today You can just follow along. You don't have to know anything from the past, and you certainly don't have to figure it out today. You don't have to learn anything. You don't have to remember anything. You don't have to get anything right. I don't care. But I thought what I would do is I would start by sharing with you the featured movements of the day. Today is all about clouds. Today is all about floating through the air. And so here's one of the first movements we're doing. You can just like take a gander. This is called the cloud hands. And it ends with a single-sided cloud, which we also call the single whip. But we can also reverse this and have the thunder clouds. Still cloudy. And the thunder clouds always end with pushing the mountain. Pushing the mountain there. Isn't that lovely? Now, there's more than one kind of cloud hands, by the way. I don't know if you knew this, but we usually do this as what's called yang style cloud hands. But there's also one up, one down, the Chen style cloud hands. Wobbling is optional. So it's a push and step behind, push and step out, push and step behind, push and step out. And one more. The wind blows the lotus leaves. Don't worry, I will guide you there. You don't have to remember any of those things. But that's our featured moves of the day. Now, let's just all start here, if you like. Opening up the hearts, opening up the breath, and opening up and emptying out the minds. Lovely. The hands float up and round in towards the heart. Now, the other thing that we did on World Tai Chi Day was play with numbers. Today's numbers are, sound like Powerball. Today's numbers are 6, 3, and 1. So let's start this way. One foot steps out to the side. Big breath in. And you can make the noises right along with me, you know. Perfect. One more makes 3. Beautiful. Floating back up. One hug. That's all I need. And this hand scoops under to catch the moon with a melting down. And right side and left side. That makes 1. See, and there's 2. Looking good, everybody. And here's 3. And then we go back to the beginning, sinking the chi 1 time. Beautiful. Hands float up in front. And then just, floating side to side. 2, 3. One more. And the hands pull right into the heart. And into the corner I go, just drifting out. And see, that's 3 right there. Bring it back on in, would you? And 1. and then drifting side to side. And this would make 3, wouldn't it? Everything floats in, big breath in, big breath out. And that's 3. And on 3, we all step back in. And there's 1, and then a 3. Perfect. And a 1. But as we finish 3 right here, it becomes a big hug that I bring right back to the center. Inhale and open and back to the beginning. 3 times, sinking the chi. Now stay with me. The hands float up in front, and I have another big hug right there. This hand falls. The clouds roll by. One more, and it might be 7, but that's okay. Right here in the corner, this hand flips over and makes a hook and a one-handed cloud. Last one. And the hook releases and floats on through and back to the clouds rolling by again. Clouds changing from spring clouds, from winter clouds into spring. Lovely. One more. And in the corner, this hand makes its hook. Last one. And the hook releases and floats on through. And 3 clouds. And then one cloud. Hook right there and 3 singles. And the hook releases, it slides like silk over to a new corner right there and hook. Beautiful. And release. And just one slide on through. And hook right there last time. And the hook releases. But wait. 2 soft fists to pull the thunderclouds. And here's 6, and there we all step in, and the clouds open up and the rain comes down and push the mountain. Lovely. Here comes 6. Step on in, clouds open, the rain comes down, and here's the thunder, boom. Step on in, because that was 3. Plus 1 more. Here we go. Oh, but wait. After the thunder comes wispy clouds again. Hook right there. The hook slides through, grabbing a hold of the thunder. Have to add 1 more. Yes, you got it. But wait, wispy little springtime clouds. Hook right there. I have bad news for autumn music. So the hook floats through and big hug right there. Heel toe the feet together a little bit. Inhale and open. And 1 more time, sinking the chi. And this foot returns. And thank you for being a part of my experiment. So come on in, have a seat. Oh my goodness. Let me bring you back down in front. Was that fun?
Yes.
I was watching everybody. You guys look fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah, so you may see more of that kind of stuff coming along soon, just to let you know. Let's see, what have I got to talk about? A couple of announcements real quickly. For those of you who are in the Tai Chi Essentials class, today is our last day. And I have something very special planned. So something very, very special and unique. So make sure that you come and bring your excitement with you. Now I'm feeling pressured that I have to really perform really well. So what else is going? So then we will have no class on Thursday. Well, a lot of people tell me I have no class ever, but there'll be no formal class meeting on Thursday. And then is it Tuesday or is it next Thursday that we start with the brand new? It must be next. Oh, I don't know.
Thursday.
It's this Thursday we start principles
Yes.
with no break at all? Well, that's even better. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. See, I was going to miss everybody. All right, so the class that's coming up is the Principles of Mindfulness, and it may be something that is completely different than you might imagine. And the reason why is because there's like a million different conversations about what is mindfulness. What does it mean? I think mindfulness means this. I use it this way. But we're going to take a look at what are the principles underneath all of those different definitions and how we might use it in a more effective way for our own lives. So that's what this class is all going to be about. If you haven't signed up for that yet, the window is closing. I think it's tonight even. No, today's the 2nd. So it's closing at midnight tomorrow night. And so you still have a little bit of time to get signed up for that. Hint, hint. Okay, so I think that's all of my announcements. Today, as I mentioned earlier, is a Scurvy Awareness Day and also Appreciation of Teachers Day. But you know what else it is? It's also Asthma Awareness Day. I was blessed in childhood with having really, really severe, debilitating asthma to the point where I often would sit up in bed at night for hours on end, gasping for one breath after another without being able to, know if the next breath was going to come or not. Now, you may be asking yourself or saying, excuse me, to yourself, that doesn't sound like a blessing. Don't worry, I'm not getting an asthma attack right now. But in a way, it really was, because it made me appreciate breath, right? The lesson at the time did not, sink in. I didn't understand it. I couldn't process it. I didn't foresee what the significance of breath would be. Because breath, as you know, we associate with so many things in our practice. The deep breathing that we get into in Tai Chi is good for our health. In fact, one way of translating the word Chi is breath, right? So Chi and breath are very closely associated. When we want to calm ourselves in moments of stress, the most direct way of breaking apart that pattern of stress and stressful thoughts and anxiety is through the breath. With a deep breath in and a loud sort of out, you can break that cycle. Right? But I think even more than that, the lesson that I learned as a child sitting in bed trying to breathe one breath after another, I finally understood through a very famous Latin phrase that I learned years later in school. Dum spiro spero. Dum spiro spero, which means while I have breath, there is hope. While I have breath, there is hope. And certainly when I was sitting in bed as a child and, like one breath at a time, it's like, okay, I can make it until morning. I can make it till the morning. But there's a bigger morning that we're all waiting for, isn't there? There's a morning that may dawn one of these days when the world is finally at peace with itself, when man and nature both are in harmony, when we can rise beyond the sort of small definitions of our own selves that we live in and break into something much more expansive and harmonious, right? That is the morning that we're waiting for, right? And as dire as it may seem to be sometimes, and it, in the times that we live in, there are times that seem pretty dire. And if you imagine how dire it seems here in the United States, imagine what it's like in other parts of the world right now, where many people don't know if there's a morning coming. But there's always a morning coming, as long as you have breath. And breath is more than just the inhalation and the exhalation. It is the life that you have. As long as there is one spark of life, there is hope. As long as there is one person who has a breath left, there is hope for the entirety of the world. And it could be you who is the one with that spark, with that breath. Right? As long as there is you, there is hope. Because you don't know that you're not the one to solve the world's problems or to inspire the last domino that turns in the direction of peace and harmony. You don't know. So as long as there is one you left, there is hope. You are the breath of the world. And so today, sometime today, you're going to feel like shit. You're going to feel like everything is, really crappy, or that you're just like making it through one more day. But there's not very much indicating that tomorrow is going to be different. And just remind yourself. And you don't have to do anything special. You don't have to rise up and be some kind of a big hero. You are enough, just as you are, to be the hope of the world. And that's my thought for the day. And thank you for letting me share that with you. Anyway, I wish you the very, very best of days. I'm going to see some of you in about an hour. The rest of you, I will see in 2 weeks for the next Tuesday Morning Flow show. And I love you with all my heart. And now get the hell out of here. I will see you soon. Bye.